Hey everybody, good morning and happy, what are we at here? Tuesday the 19th of March, I guess. It's been quite a while for me to have left a video, and for those of you that still follow, we'll look forward to them. I apologize. A lot of reasons for that, quite honestly. Some I'll talk about, and some are specific to me personally. Others are just general grind of life that we're all going through. But there's some really cool things going on. The journey is still going on every day. Still maintaining relationships. In fact, it dawned on me now. I'm wearing a hat that journey friend Susan gone to the Phil Vasta concert and got autographed for me here, and I have that on my desk here at work and working on that. Mm. If I seem tired, I know a lot of people look out. I got a second mom out there, and she'll look out and say you seem tired, and I am working a lot. One of the things that's kind of fun. I have my team out there in the warehouse right now killing themselves, and it's just I have to laugh a little bit about um, not just corporate America, just all of us in general, but how easily we take for granted um, some people and some things. I've been running a warehouse here, short-staffed for quite a while. We every time we get somebody in, and we talk about the workforce and people in jobs, and people just don't show up and don't come back. Happened again yesterday and today, um, and it stresses folks. And then on top of that, we've got a customer that their needs are we need you to put more volume out there or to do more or work extra days. So they just pass it on down. I mean, they're the customer; they're allowed to say that. But our company just kind of, hey, we're working this Saturday. Hey, we're working this Sunday. We're working this Monday, and put it on the schedule. And you know, uh, I'm okay. I'm salaried. Um, doesn't mean that doesn't weigh you down a little bit, but and I know the for what I consider the ignorant kind of knee-jerk response when I kind of fight for my team and say, we just keep beating these people into the ground is, well, they're hourly, they get overtime. Well, not everybody cares about money as their first and foremost. Some people want to spend time with their family. And so I really appreciate what these guys are doing. I'm going to head out there and get something to lunch for them here shortly. But it'd be nice if you know, my company, this is a good company, been good to me, would step up and say, Jim, here's, you've worked 6 and 7 days a week for the better part of 4 months now since you started here. Here's a gift card for a couple $100. Go out and take the kids and the family out, and to take these guys out here and maybe buy them a gift card and say, hey guys, we know we pay you, but this goes beyond that. We're uh, companies bringing in revenues, our customers bringing in revenues, and yes, we're getting paid. Actually, I'm not getting paid any extra as a salaried guy, but they make overtime, but they just want to be appreciated. Um, but I didn't mean this to be about me. I'm just sitting here in my office talking to you guys. There are a couple of things I had some funny thoughts last week and some topics to talk about. Um, One of the things here's a couple of silly thoughts I had last week. The definition of happiness is finding that lost M&M, you know, on your chair when you get up to leave, when you thought it was on the ground and gone. But uh, here was a situation again. I'm going through some things. We're getting close to being out from under the weight of the journey, bills and whatever responsibilities came with it. But I got a call from Jamie last week, said, "Hey, you got a certified letter in the mail today," and I had to laugh to myself because that certainly wasn't going to be anything good. And I had asked myself, you know does a certified letter ever bear any good news? Do you ever get a certified letter saying my long lost uncle Elmo, the billionaire I didn't know about, has died and left me in his will, or I just won Ed McMahon's giveaway? Certified letters typically aren't good things, and I always have to question, what is the purpose of sending that to me at work when I've got 4 or 5 more hours left ahead of me? It'll still be there when I get home, and it's just that much stress I don't need now. But so that was kind of how last week went and was going. My little guy played in a baseball tournament. They didn't do well. couple of his buddies had some birthdays, though I got to give a shout out to Brooks and Colin. I think Brooks was this past Friday and Colin was the week before, and I've just been a little bit out of keeping in touch. I will say, as a young guy, I became, in my young teens, I became somewhat jaded to people and society and social. Maybe it's why I despise social media so much, but and I always said this argument, and it kind of holds true now. But I would be foolish not to recognize what happened out in New Zealand. So, those of you that follow me from the beginning know, as a young person, not embarrassed to say my dad was murdered, and my brother, passed away of cancer when he was a young man. And it always kind of bothered me. It didn't bother me. I just found it the hypocrisy of it. That certain famous people do something, and it's newsworthy. And I guess that's society. As an example, Luke Perry, an actor, passed away suddenly, a young man, 52 years old, of a stroke a week or so ago. And certainly, it's sad. But I just treat death differently. I just kind of realize it's death is inevitable, and I kind of am prepared for it to some degree. But my point is not about me. Around this country, daily there's thousands of people that are impacted and pass away from a stroke. And I'll always go back to the kids in the hospitals. There are kids suffering right now that didn't ask for this nonsense. Didn't live 70 years of their life before being stricken, that are battling cancer. And not that they want the attention, but again, I don't understand what makes, a celebrity's death any more meaningful than the regular people every day that fight and battle, the nurses and doctors that take care of them. And growing up, I was always kind of a beef I had, not that it would celebrate it, but you would have this newsworthy event when something negative happened to a celebrity. But but the everyday person, nothing. And growing up, I grew up in an age. I grew up in the late '70s when I started to become formidable with opinions into the '80s, and we weren't at war at that time. And I always used to kind of look at the newspaper industry was bigger back then. It's how people got their news. And I can remember, I've got to get a call here. I'm going to have to come back to this, guys. I apologize.